Welcome back, everyone. Our meditation workshop. The goal of this workshop is to um, reinforce your personal meditation habit. It is your habit, something that you must do on your own. And this is to reinforce that once a week to get you aligned, breathing, calm, balanced, and give you the encouragement to take those steps morning and night, morning, night, morning, night throughout the week. And whatever happens during the week, however good or bad it was, we'll come back again on Friday and recalibrate and realign. So today I want to focus, and we're going to focus pretty intensively on this chakra clearing meditation. This book, Meditation for Life, this would be meditation number 3 that we're going to focus on. And for those of us, for those of you, all of us here who are on this spiritual journey, if you don't clear out the obstructions in your own energy channel, your spiritual progress gets blocked at a certain point. And so most people, most Americans for sure, have blockages in their energy system, and they then do things that further block their energy. We'll talk a little bit more about those. We talked a little bit about that in the live earlier, about some things that we do that block our energy and restrict our energy. So we'll talk about how to stop doing those things, how to stop hurting ourselves energetically. But then in today, we're going to do a meditation and we're going to go through a central channel clearing. The central channel is the 7 chakras, the energy system. And from these 7 chakras, all of your energy channels, 72,000 or 300,000, however many you think you have, all of the energy channels originate in one of these 7 chakras. And so if any of these chakras are unaligned or obstructed or not flowing properly, then your whole energy body, your whole energy sense is not flowing properly. And this energy that flows through you you can just replace the word energy and just replace it with the word health. This is your health. The energy flow in your body is your health. When energy is flowing to a particular part of your body or to your organs, let's say your liver, and you've got good energy flow in your liver, and you don't do things to block the energy flow, your liver is going to be healthy. Your bloodstream is going to be healthy. All aspects of your life will be healthy if you can get this energy flow. Excuse me. So we talk about meditation, we talk about ascension and higher dimensional consciousness. That's a path, but there's another track that you have to take, and that is the health track. You've got to get yourself healthy, you've got to get yourself clear. So, first of all, let me ask, has anyone done this meditation with this book yet? Has anyone gotten up to that meditation number 3, the chakra clearing meditation? All right, so this will be new. Go ahead, Radu.
Me not yet, but I do with my community kind of meditation like this, like how you do, and I try to do this meditation. Have kinds of it, kind of your variant that I want to learn, and one simple.
You kind of froze up there, but
Uh, internet. Now I'm okay.
yeah.
Yeah, so I have two meditations, one from you, I learned it during the lives and things. I didn't buy the book yet. I want the hardcover. I will try to get it. Otherwise, I will get it on the Amazon, as you told me. And I have one another that I make with my community easier, a simple meditation, kind of very very simple for beginners, kind of.
Okay.
Okay,
Anyone
I'll do
else?
it.
Sorry. Has anyone else used this, done this meditation other than we have done it on the live. Has anyone else done it through the book at all? Okay. All right. So this particular meditation, let me take you back in history. And I'll tell you the origin of this meditation. And I'll also tell you that I'm writing another book. Would love to work with some of you to get that book, work through that book and make sure that the exercises make sense and just kind of finish that book. The book will be called The Path of Inner Radiance. In Taoism, they don't use the word enlightenment. They use the word immortality. And they don't use the word light, they use the word inner radiance. And what they do in Taoism is they cultivate the light structure within their body. And there are, if you're familiar with Chinese culture, there are 8 Chinese immortals, which are revered in China. They're all Taoist masters. And they're all from a period of time between about 600 AD and 900 AD, roughly those 300 years. And there are 8 Taoist masters. They're called the 8 Immortals. And they all have abilities that we would refer to as magical, their ability to astral travel and astral project and move around and, do all kinds of different things. But these were abilities that they cultivated, that they were taught when they were young, they cultivated and then worked on their own, and they cultivated these, what you would call transcendent abilities. The leader of the 8 Immortals, in other words, the highest of all the 8 Taoist immortals, was a man named Lu Dongbin. And by the way, there was a woman in there. She's one of the 8 Immortals, just FYI. But Lu Dongbing is considered the leader of the 8 Immortals. And he would teach classes, and his students would take notes. And one day, his students gave him all his notes. He looked at it all, he rewrote it, and he created a book. And that book is called The Secret of the Golden Flower. And it was written almost exactly 1,200 years ago. I believe it was written around 825 AD. And in this book, he assumes that the people that he's talking to are very high Taoist students or Taoist masters themselves. So he references ancient Taoist books and shows quotes from those books and uses a lot of metaphors that all these Taoist masters would already be familiar with. When we read it, we're not familiar with all these metaphors and all these ancient books. Some of these ancient books have never even been translated into English, so we can't possibly know what he was talking about. So when you read the book, it's an obscure book. It's filled with metaphors. It's filled with references to other books and other things historically that we really have no way to relate to. But as I've been reading this book for, I don't know, at least 10, 15 years, and it's always puzzled me, but I've always stayed with it because I knew this guy was a special guy himself. And one day it just dawned on me that if you just put your thumb over the parts of the book that you can't interpret, that are too metaphorical or referencing things that I'll never understand, none of us will ever really be able to understand what he actually meant. When you put your thumb over that, you're left with about 40% of the book is left. And in that 40% of the book, the instructions are very, very, very clear. I don't have specific examples. I could pull it up, but very, very clear about what he was talking about. And he calls this circulating the light. And he talks about this meditation that he wants you to do. And he says if you do this diligently for 100 days, he just throws out the number 100 days. I say 3 months. After 100 days, he said, the enlightened ones in heaven will take notice of your work. Also meaning that if you do this for 100 days, you'll start to get an awareness of a light body, like a consciousness of light, a higher level of consciousness, light consciousness inside your body. And just like your body has its own intelligence, you don't have to explain to it how to heal itself or how to digest the food or how to create blood cells. It just does what it does because it has its own intelligence. This light body also has its own intelligence. And so what this book is about, or what this particular, what I've done is I've taken the concepts in this book, The Secret of the Golden Flower, and I've turned it into a simpler meditation that we can do. That's in English, and it's pretty clear. And his idea of circulating the light is a little bit more complex, so I simplified it to just rising up and down the central channel. He talks about circulating the light through the meridians, and it can get pretty, the instructions get pretty detailed. But I've simplified this meditation into simply circulating the light through the central channel, rising and falling through the central channel. If you've ever, like in science class, you had the test tubes and you have to clean the test tubes. They have like a bottle brush. You can bottle brush it out. What we're doing is you're brushing out, you're clearing out all the obstructions in your central channel. And as I said, if you don't clear out these obstructions, if any of your chakras are blocked, then the energy is not flowing as it should from that chakra. And that energy, those energy channels that come out from that chakra are obstructed, or so that's also true. And then also, and I think I'll save this for after the meditation, there are certain things that we do to ourselves that block our own energy flow. So let's just do the meditation. Let the meditation speak for itself. And I'm going to share my screen. And I see a comment in the chat. Oh, Angela. Hi there, Angela. All right, here we go. I'm just going to let the meditation speak for itself. This is meditation number 3 from this book, Meditation for Life.